Iko Nini, ikiwa ni episode 211, nikisema like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend. Na leo niko na a friend and a friend of the show anaitwa Mobek. Mobek tulikuwaga naye on episode 145 na amerudi saizi kwa 211 which is 66 episodes later. Inamaanisha tukiongeza another 6 inakuwa ni the mark of the beast, ama?
Yeah, no you man. Thank you so much. Mark of the beast?
Yeah. Aujuagi 666.
Oh yeah,
the mark of the beast.
Inakuwa ni that's those kind of Christianity they believe in, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just a devil whatever.
Yeah. So like someone like you, the name Mobek, kuna msata kwambia Mobek iko na how many letters? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then Hakim 1 2 3 4 5. Unaona?
Man.
It took you to come to this show. Ujue kuwa you're the mark of the beast. Yeah, natikio jo. Alafu jina yako ya kikisiwaga?
Ya kisi?
Yeah.
Mogaka.
Yue ni 666. Mobek 6. Hakim 6. Mogaka. Yeah. The mark of the beast.
I know, I've never even used it for that long time. It's so funny.
but unajuaga hizo nakunga tukiwa tu hii kulikuwaga na hiyo like when we discovered about 666, people now would come and tell us about people who had 6 letter names.
That's
so
right.
number do someone called Anthony. Si usema gani? Ni Anthony ile. I think it's Anthony without the H.
Without the H. Anthony
yes.
or Anthony?
Anthony.
You know, Anthony is I think it's Spanish.
Yeah.
And then Anthony is English, I think, or is Christian.
Yeah. But sasa ilikuwa hiyo Anthony. Without the H.
Right.
Alafu na zizi ilikuwaga tu hivyo, like unapata mtu maybe someone is called Anthony, then another 6 letter name and then another 6 letter name. Unasikia huo msesi
When you say 666.
Ni devil
Yeah,
worshipper.
we used to have those kind of other shule when we were in high school. Unajua wale masiu leaders wenye wamesoma hizo vitabu za Christianity.
Yeah,
they just come up with some prophecy whatever things like wamesoma kutoka huko anavyo kuja kuambia hey unajua jina yako hey fakona kuibadilisha sijui na nini, you know, those kind of things that used to happen though, you know. But right now when you've grown and known, that's when you just come to realize that's bullshit.
Yeah, kuna like, kuaga na hiyo. But sasa tukiongea juu ya real stuff. Saizi ulikuwa kuja Kenya because of the Africa Youth Climate Assembly, si ndio?
That's correct.
Inaendeleaje? Ama imekuaje? How's the experience?
I'd come for two functions that I was invited for.
Yeah.
And thanks to Elvis Leyan, and he's the one who invited me through Dr. Kingori. He saw me for Dr. Kingori show.
Oh, okay.
And that's where they dragged me out from. So thanks to Elvis, and then I really appreciate that so much. So I came for that function, African Youth Climate Assembly.
Oh, okay.
ICA.
So mmekuwa mkiongea jua nini kwa hiyo assembly?
Yeah, it's pretty much how much the youth have the input towards this climate change, and if they can be part of the team which is going to make the decisions on the big high table. But unfortunately, I can say it's not a success because these big people at the end of the day, they just they take the success stories out of them and using the youth energy, unfortunately. Yeah.
Alafu pia kitu ilikuwa funny ni tulikuwa tuna I think we were talking, was it on Tuesday? Ilikuwa mimi na Ian tuko kwa gari, alafu tulikuwa stuck kwa traffic. Alafu nakumbuka Ian akijoka ati Aika imechange climate ya barabara. So that's the other irony, like mmekuja stories za climate change na mnakos traffic jams. Do you know how ironical that is?
Yeah, I mean there is some before even wakati I was invited the first time, I'd shared this a friend of mine anaitwa Maya.
Yeah.
Nikamwambia concerning the whole thing. She lives in the UK actually, Scotland.
Yeah.
And then akaniambia, you know, this climate change is bullshit all the time.
Yeah.
This is and I think she promised me, she told me it's climate change, but you never see no one using like nothing which is going to whatever like use all this kind of whatever this dirty energy. Yeah, at the end of the day you're gonna find people coming up with vehicles, escorts and all that. It's a climate change.
But you've seen the president has been showing up in that car.
You know, but it's just for PR, you know. What about the rest of the delegates who are coming out there? I mean, it's nonsense. But you come with a tuk-tuk, but you have a fleet of like 15, 10, 20 vehicles behind you. So
yamekuwa kikuja na nini kadha, like a few motorcycles. I don't know if they're electric, plus kale kagari kake. which I don't know, because I remember I was having the same conversation na Ian, and I was saying I would not mind if the president showed up in a Tesla, because I also don't want the president to be at risk. Najua kale
Yes.
kagari kanaka
kale ka yellow orange ama yellow
kalikuwa ka yellow hivi.
yeah so
sikuwa nimesahau nikakala za UDA.
so I mean, to me, I think we need to do better more than that. And again, we have so much very bad reviews. So far, nimeangalia hata kwa group yetu tulikuwa nayo, and the arrangement, all of it. But I can tell you the way they tried to arrange this summit, they really tried, because it was their first time to do the African climate change or the youth climate change. They tried so much to make it a success, but before it was hijacked by State House. Yeah, which was unfortunate. At the end of the day, even what they wanted to showcase and share out there, it was never shared. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So tutabonga pia majua mambo za diaspora mbili tatu, but before that nataka kuona kama uko updated with what's happening in the Republic of Kenya, especially in the entertainment scene. So majuzi kuna vile Khaligraph traveled to Britain. He had a performance in London, and then this rumor started online, and the rumor was that he'd refused to go for a BBC interview, and everyone ran with it, but I'm always very skeptical if you come to news that I find on the internet, because nimekam kufind that Kenyans and Africans in general tunapendaga fake news, and we run with it. So the number one fake news was kulikuwa na this footballer whose name inaenda kufanana na yako, anaitwa Hakimi. But when Hakim,
the one during World Cup, right?
Yes. Unakumbuka there was a rumor that he's transferred all his property in his mom's name, he's divorcing his wife.
That's right.
And we ran with it. It was a fake story. Then I think 2 weeks back, ama last week, kulikuwa na story ya Steve Harvey. The story was Steve Harvey found his wife cheating on him with the bodyguard. We ran with it. It was a fake story. Alafu sasa hizi historia ya Khaligraph ikaanza ile, like Khaligraph amekataa kwenda interview ya BBC na DJ Edu, BBC One Extra. Najua BBC One Extra, that's like the ultimate ikikam to Britain. When it comes to British pop culture, that's where you go. Ed Sheeran has been there, Burna Boy, Wizkid, Jay-Z. So ukisikia hizo majina zishaienda, and Khaligraph is not a dumb guy, sindio? Ukisikia hizo majina zishaienda, usikia kina Jay-Z washaenda huko. Unaweza fikiria Khaligraph amekataa kwenda?
No, ni kama uitwe Breakfast Club in New York. Alafu sema utai kwenda. I mean, and again, I don't think Khaligraph is just that stupid enough not to go to such a thing, because that thing is going to elevate him to a very different level. And again, social media platform in Kenya is just being really made a joke out of it all the time. People trying to run away with stories that don't belong to them. At the same time, you see, let's say for instance, Khaligraph, Amanda UK, and Miss, who was there to verify those kind of news? You see? Like let's just get which are reliable sources that which came up with those kind of news.
It's some fake promoter, I think. Some guy who calls himself a promoter just started the
story.
From
where, in the UK?
Yeah, he's a Kenyan based in the UK. So he started the story and this guy does not want the interview. And I feel like Khaligraph alimu ignore. The only time I'll react was when now it ended up on Kiss Breakfast. Kwambox is of course a lady that I respect a lot. And then there's this other guy called Chito. I don't know him. Simjui vile.
Kwambox nule
Kwamboka. Yeah. Oh. So Kwambox, vile Kwambox ran with that, I think ata yoli surprise Khali, because najua Kwambox is like, she's supports the culture, she supports the music. So I think he must have been surprised, like even you're running with this fake story. Alafu sana lazima nikuuliza, kwa nafikiria watu run na fake stories, because me, I had that story, I was like, nah, this is not true.
Let's go back a little bit. Khaligraph, like a couple of weeks ago, he came up with that Tanzania thing, right? And then he dropped a bombshell about that song that he was just coming up with. That actually you made me listen to his music. He's doing an amazing job. I've listened to some of his music before. Like the Cartel, whatever. That's some nice
Kali Cartels.
dub. Wow. I've listened like a million times. But the same way that he started, there is someone else who just wants to trend using the same the same vibe. Maybe now it was the shoe on the wrong on the other side of the leg, you see. So the other foot now has the wrong shoe. The same thing Khaligraph started out. Sasa imeenda na another promoter is trying to come up with something else. But you know, and again, you know, you see, is this showbiz inakuaga hivyo wakati mwingi. I don't find anything funny about it. This is how they survive along it. But I would expect someone like who's in mainstream media, like Kwambox, at least to do a little bit of research. Because, you know, you say something wrong today, the artist doesn't agree with it. Tomorrow, another artist will come up with something else. They'll be like, now they don't trust you. So when these people in this social, whatever, this media space, they really have to respect when something comes out of their mouth, when it goes to the microphone. It's very important. So because once you open your mouth, you let the world know what you're just saying. And more especially when this social, whatever, the mainstream media, you have to be very careful on that kind of information. Khaligraph can never ignore a BBC interview. As a matter of fact, it needed to be given over 5 minutes or 10 minutes, which will just spiral is whatever.
So there's even an interview being shared that he did in July. Alifanya na DJ Edu, the one guy ilikuwa inasemekana he ignored. And I also feel like this also coming from Homeboys was more messed up than it coming from any other station. Because Homeboys, DJ Edu is like, najua, he's like an extended arm of Homeboys in Britain. Like, even when I hear the name DJ Edu, more associate with Homeboys. So Homeboys Radio, if you're a presenter on, okay, the presenters on Kiss, okay. So they might be presenters on Kiss, but Kiss is part of Radio Africa, sindio?
Right.
Homeboys is part of Radio Africa. That means if they wanted to reach DJ Edu, amulze, ni aje DJ Edu, umsali kata kuja interview, they could have reached out na angepata an exclusive interview, which would have been very good. Alafu the whole nene. But now, tukitokata kwa Kwambox na Chito, now, why do you think like generally hatumendagi success? Because you notice, we like people to go up, but as soon as they reach a certain level, we try to pull them down. And sometimes there's nothing to hang on to, so you come up with fake stories. Kwa nini nafikiria tunakuaga hivyo?
You know, I mean, as Kenyans, I think we are suffering.
Humans in general.
Not even, let me just be specific
Kenyans.
about Kenyans.
Yeah.
Because this story is just surrounding around Kenyans. Khaligraph is a Kenyan, you know. The person who came up with this story is a Kenyan living in the UK. And we don't appreciate each other as much, right? When if someone else today, my star shines, there's someone else who's going to look for something which doesn't even make sense. Instead of someone coming to defend you, or I really don't need my defense, because the only person who can tell my story is me. It's me who can tell my own story. No one else can tell that story. But now again, now Kenyans, the way we don't have that unity, but we are so big in social media, and everybody's so hungry for fake news. You see, so it's just nonsense. I mean, that's what I would call it. It's just nonsense. And again, I don't know why people keep running away with these kind of things. By the way, you know. So people, like you saw what the other day you were discussing about Sauti Sol coming into town. Creating a show in town, and they charge people 30,000. Right?
Got 20,000.
Exactly, 20,000.
Sold out.
It's sold out. But previously we had Boys to Men who came here, and we are celebrating people who are not even ours.
And they were charging 8,000 shillings.
Exactly.
So that people could watch it through a fake screen. Like, nasikia kulikuwa na tu screen to 32 inch fulani, tuleta tufanyi kazi, tumenyeshewa na maji, na watu walilipa hiyo pesa.
You know, ina jina nipelekaka kwa marketing. How do you tell the story about your country? How do you tell the story about your own people? And again, are we celebrated as much here in this country? No. You know, the same thing that we trend ourselves, it goes down even to our children when they grow up. For instance, like us, we used to listen to the likes of Wakina Juakali and all that, right? We embraced them. You know that? Like we never knew anyone else. But now when this generation just comes up now into this point where it becomes into demographics and psychographics. So the psychology in them, it kind of opens them in our peleka vitu tofauti. Now they think about fashion, what do you associate yourself with, what do you like, those kind of things. Back then we were being streamlined into some things which is azitaji or this kind of things, because it's like it's just indigenously, and it used to be very natural. Like as I say, we don't celebrate our own. Even our own media does not even like our own artists.
Yeah.
So once they find something small like that, they just want to run away with it. They don't care about anything. They care about views, viewership, how they're going to make money out of it. The moment you commercialize every single thing, you lose the content of the thing. The same story with Steve Harvey. You don't even have facts about the same thing. But we'll be the first people to do what? Kushare fake news. Kitu kama ile nani, the president of Gabon alianza that was real, right? That one you can share it because the source comes from the horse's mouth.
And when you share, you're making noise.
You share making noise. Exactly. That guy was interesting. I love that.
Because talking of that, katu anashindwa kwa nini, do you know, like people always ask us kama iko nini kwa nini we never share some of the stories we're talking about. So we shared that and we played whatever, and someone flagged us for copyright. Unacheki. So inafanyaga saa zingine we talk about something and we never show you the clip. So tulionyeshana hiyo clip ya Alibongo. Kuna mtu akatuflag aka claim copyright. So
that's very true. Hata mimi kuna siku nilishare clip ya apparently mimi napendaga Burkina Faso sana. Mshanangu anaitwa Sankara. So I really so much associated myself with like those legendary political leaders. Like Thomas Sankara was such a huge
revolutionary.
That was a revolutionary and a visionary. The same thing Ibrahim Traore has just come up with. I mean those kind of things. So I think I shared something when the French were moving out of the mines, the gold mines. Guess what they did? They started crashing the vehicles that they were using there because they couldn't ship them back to their country, which was so horrible.
So they couldn't let the soldiers to use them or the locals?
No, the locals to use them. So I wrote something. I said, like, after all this neocolonialism, after all this staying in this country for all this long, just when people have disagreed and they're tired with you, all that you could do, you've shown us like how much you don't like this country. Anyway, you never liked it. You've been taking these things. Now we've shown you like we don't want you. Now you want to crash them. Like paka hata staff wenye walikuwa nafanya kazi hapo walikuwa wanaangalia walikuwa wanatumia literally zile how do you call those big trucks forklift crash pickup trucks. Can you imagine zile walikuwa wanatumia hapo ati ndizi way tumika. That's so selfish, right?
Wakoloni ajeni watu interesting sana cause ushafikiria gatu ukiangalia sisi as watu wa black.
That's the same thing that we don't even know because by the kuna kitu ile happen kule kwa nini kwa climate change which I really didn't like. Me, I stand tall when it comes to those kind of things. So apparently we invited kwenda kwa Swedish embassy after the summit on Saturday. And they sent us emails like, hey, you can go there, blah blah blah, So when we were at the hall, waka Twitter, and they were like, you can come out here kwa opposite parliament. Kuna mabasi ziko opposite peleke watu. Embassy. Kufika hapo nje tulikuwa mimi na Katiwa na some other girls walikuwa hapo na jamaa fulani hapo. So when we got out there, guess what happened? Tunaambiwa USA bus 11 nani bus fulani, these countries bus fulani, Kenyans kaeni pale kando. We will call you when we will have a bus available. I was like, wait a minute. I am with these Kenyans. But jina yangu imekuwa kwa basi ya USA because that's how I came in, right? I was like, but first of all, I'm a Kenyan, right? There's no way tunaweza ambia tumekuja nao waende kule kando. You sent us emails, right? And it was broad daylight, like racism.
But niko sure ilikuwa ile black on black racism, mama. Sile
no. It was, let me tell you now. Kulikuwa ni wazungu walikuwa pale, walikuwa wanatubagua. Alafu paka wanatuambia aje, we said you move from here, you move to that side. And I was like, excuse me? Me singewaeka. I was like, no, it's not gonna work. You better shut up, move back. There's no way they're gonna tell me in my own country like at move back, go to the other side here. And then kulikuwa na our own Kenyans wako hapo hivyo. They are supporting that nonsense. I'm like, kama umetumiwa email, that means you are supposed to go there. So how can then mnapatiwa last priority. How wengine waende so what?
Silo mnajinanganya mgeni akikuja lazima.
Asa ndio upuzi. That's why umesema aje like why Khaligraph stories could run around so quick like that. It's because we don't like ourselves. We embrace people who don't even embrace you.
yeah we have that yeah.
That's so nasty on us, man.
Yeah.
Watu tunaona kama garbage ni ile watu hawajua. When you go outside these countries, these people they don't like us. Mtu asikudanganya.
najuaga alafu hata tukigo back to your story ya kali unajua alikuwa amepost the fact that I think he took a photo while looking at the O2 arena na akasema like one day I'm going to naenda kujaza hiyo O2 arena so after he posted this hata kama unatumia kundule kurizon hawezi kuonyesha msee anajua ndiye jaza ile O2 arena anahitaji BBC One Extra because BBC One Extra is the culture najua that's the culture like even when I'm watching British shows zile za Brav
right
mujuaga like I can even feel the undertones za BBC One Extra so that story was so fake but ilionyesha Wakenya vile tunapendaga stories fake yani ile like atakagi watu wafike a certain level ile ukishafika hapa kwa nini umetupita wewe kuja hapa chini wacha tukufute chini
but unajua hata kama tuna if you use kama tungekuwa kama Tanzania you know Tanzania man they do shit but they love themselves so much they love their people.
That's the reason why Bongo is that big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like they are so much savvy to do you know the potential that tukona sisi wa Kenya tungekuwa tunatumia for right reasons.
Yeah.
I mean tungekuwa mbali sana for very many things and more especially in this social media industry can easily be but we hate each other for nothing.
Yeah.
Leo mwafu unaweza sema kitu hapa ama kwanza more especially when success comes to your door people want to bring you down.
Yes, hizi mimi unajua nini kuza kuna raia na try kuni bring down mujua guys go successful enough. As soon as you
just hit the jackpot
itakuwa kwanza nini talking of success kuna tumekuwa nominated as Iko Nini on the Pulse Live podcast of the year. Vote for us.
Oh wow, man, congratulations.
I'd want us to win but if you don't
nipatia flowers zangu.
Yeah.
I really marketed in the United States wambie hey boss hata mtu wa diaspora
mwaga ni kupatiaga I give you your flowers
atinajipatia madinga wanasema madi what sijui madinga na nini katika ndio ati madinga si madinga ni nini
si gari
that you give yourself flowers you don't gotta wait for someone else to praise you already praised yourself.
Okay but katiwa unajua sheng yake ni ya street because katiwa waga Kibich unajua kia Kibich iko na hiyo connection ya Kibich so of course sheng yake iko na ears on the ground
right
me ears zangu ziko on the ground so I don't have the latest sheng
maybe I think I lost it completely sheng yangu nile ya ashu ni ashu ni ashara
hizo pia mi ni mse wa shu ashara hata unaweza nikia ponyi siwezi tumia ponyi
mimi zangu I think yangu ni ovyo kabisa yani I think you know the moment I realized like yenyewe kuna watu shangaa sana like maneno yangu Kiswahili changu kinakuaje na nini it's because I lost the battle ile unajua kuluzi ile vita ya kuongea sheng. Do you know how you feel out of place? So you choose an easier way out. So the easier way out for me is to learn Kiswahili way better than because it's ni kitu ambacho kiko na inference you know.
Kiswahili sanifu tukikuenjoy higi mtwa ni kizungu mufti na
but it's easier to speak Kiswahili kuliko nasemaje yani kuzungumza lugha ambayo uielewi and it's just appreciating your own language you know.
Inakuwaga nini so tukitoka hiyo story ya kali so kwa mtu yote ulikuwa nafuatilia story ya ni real just know it's fake and tuanze kulani kitu like every time you hear something on the internet before you spread it around just ask
watu wasikize muziki yetu ya Kenya I mean it's so rich man like kama Khaligraph man that guy is amazing he's doing an amazing job patia msee mazie flowers zake nini unakuwa nazo unaweka vitu kwa call for nothing
no one
you don't even get paid for being a hater do you know how much it costs someone kuweka chuki kwa you know every day you must come up with something new ya kuonyesha mtu unamchukia
sini kama nini another funny thing I saw on the internet ilikuwa anaitwa nani ilikuwa anaitwa Casper Nyovest so Casper Nyovest is a South African rapper he's very big so I think it was either last year or 2021 he did a challenge of let's fill up a stadium and he actually filled up a stadium and when he filled up this stadium now of course South Africa the coast the artists make a lot of money artists sportsmen etc so majuzi amepost akasema like I feel like buying a Rolls Royce and then he put that he just tweeted that but now vile kwa ameandika Royce alikuwa ameandika ROYSE and then someone corrected him like, you know what, it's not Royce, it's Royce. Akamwekea the correct spelling. Alafu now Cassper Nyovest ended up replying him akamwambia, you spell it, I'll buy it.
That was nice. That's a
Yes.
drop.
Like,
Because I would say the same thing. Like, look
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I think it's the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
why are you so hating on something?
Mm,
You can spell it, but you can never buy it.
Yeah.
You know.
Just nini alafu we celebrate poverty. That's another thing ile juu ya Kenya ile watu wajuage. Like I'm involved in the hip hop scene, yes. And when I talked with a lot of hip hop heads in quotes,
Right.
like if I was to talk to 100 hip hop heads and I asked them like to name me the top 10 rappers, top 10 rappers in Kenya right now, you'll find a lot of them won't put Khaligraph. And the reason they won't put him, and they won't put Octopizzo, they won't put King Kaka, the reason is these guys are successful. So what they'll end up doing is they'll end up putting like a lot of Ukoflani, Mau rappers, and say these are the best
They're humble.
rappers.
They call them humble.
Yes. Ukiwauliza like, okay saa umsewa uko umemweka hapa ushainunua album yake, utapata they've never bought. Because if all these people who claim to be like Kalamashaka fans, K-Swiss fans, who they supported those artists would have money.
Yeah.
The reason why akina Khaligraph, Octo, Trio Mio, akina Scam, Cardinali, what they have money is because their fans actually support them. But ama fans wengine wa like 100% real nini, they don't support. They just play a hit. They hate success. So as soon as you're successful, you're not good enough. As long as you're struggling, unanuka jasho,
the same thing nilionanga wanasemaga ati nani aitonga Dana Marwa that could not rap or do anything. You know?
Yeah.
The day that you're being given that microphone, we know how to judge from outside.
Yeah.
But once you go on the microphone and you can drop those lines like that, or whatever that she did, it's just bad. Whatever, however, I can't judge it to be like this is the best, whatever. I don't know. But the moment we stop celebrating our own people, who do you want to celebrate, honestly?
Alafu sometimes we share things to laugh at people. So like this kagal, Kaveve Kazoze. You know her? This kagal cash crop ya Nyadarwa ni waru.
Oh, kale kadem kutoka Naivasha?
Yeah, kutoka ni Nyahuru Romani. Yeah, uwe dem.
Yeah, there's someone who showed me that.
Nyadarwa. Nyadarwa. Yeah, so she's from Nyadarwa. So that kagal, even when the whole Kenya versus TZ thing was happening, her name came up. How did her name come up? It's because of the fact that when she came out, Zizi, when this girl came out and people felt she was mediocre, we retweeted and reposted and what? When someone else comes out that we feel is talented, we never do the same. Because we're like, this one can go very far. Why do you want to take this person very far? That's why you find like later in life unapata watu kama akina Sauti Sol, alafu watu wanafikiria they're arrogant. They're not arrogant. It's because when they were coming up,
you were never there.
You were never there.
Yeah,
so
people didn't support them.
Hapa, hawezi anza sasa kuclaim, watakwambia we kwenda huko.
You know, like, let me ask you, what do you think Rumba music is just celebrated in Kenya? Like Rumba is, you don't have to struggle to listen to Rumba music. Like myself. So I play Rumba like non-stop. It's just a part of my life, right? What do you think is being celebrated?
Okay, hapo siju.
It's been there for ages. And then it was appreciated by our older people. Like my reason as to why I listen to Rumba is because I used to listen to kwa KBC. It's like it was the only music available at that time. And we meant business that we appreciated that kind of music. Even zilizopendwa na vitu kama hizo. Even right now you go to any club, Rumba is just cutting across. But you see, the same way we've been sisi zinajua kama mimi ni kutoka youth sasa for instance, but we've been poisoned a lot by the people ahead of us, right? They took things which were supposed to be meant for us and they took them for themselves. You see, so the industry is so much corrupted to the point whereby, you see, let me take you back a little bit, Africa. Do you know why America really makes itself to be the superpower the way it is right now? It's the way they package themselves. They package themselves very well. They may not even have anything, but they package themselves very well, and they get celebrated at home. For instance, mtu kama ninasema nani, kuna jamaa mmoja anaimbaga funny Da Baby. You know Da Baby?
najuaga mi sasa kitu fani ni ukiniuliza juu kuna the baby na kuna little
Little
baby
baby.
I don't even know one of their songs now mimi ni tule tu
No, mimi
Buddha.
mi najua the baby sababu ya nini. I listen to Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
You know, me I love house music and pop music. So but now you'd find someone hapa Kenya anaimba vizuri sana au maybe anarap vizuri sana, but you never celebrate that person, but you'd want to have even someone is picture that you've never seen, you might never see that person ever in your life. Umembandika nyuma ya picha ya gari lako unatembea na unamuita the baby na nini you know, because you don't even celebrate your own culture, like culture yetu kama ya matatu, you don't celebrate you know, it's the only thing which is we have in the whole world.
Very nakuaga like that's Kenyan.
That's Kenyan.
Other people have tried to copy us.
They tried to copy in India. I saw that. Was it in India? But it never came out.
Yeah, it never, because it takes another certain level of commitment.
Right.
Alafu kituaga interesting na hiyo matatu culture. I always joke about it, that the fact that the people who started it are right now in their 60s.
Right.
You know, like they're in their 60s, what walianzaga drawing matatus and what. And now it's evolved with time, but still, it's never gone past those guys who started it. Like those late 80s, early 90s, what walianzishaga. So, yeah.
The way we are like that, that's why even you find out these politicians take advantage of on us, because they know we are a divided lot. And especially youth ndio wanakuwa hizi mashida. Si eti ni watu wazee hata they don't listen to this music. They don't even know what is happening. The only people who can support themselves are the youth. They hate each other, at the same time they can support each other. So if they can switch that button the other way around, it's going to be something else. Watu wasikize bana vitu za Kenya.
So nini kwanza vile kumebonga juu Amerika imefanya nimecheka sana. Kuna hii kitu imekuwa ikigo round, I don't know where I saw it, but someone was joking about states, anakuwa anasema like states GDP ya states ni $23.32 trillion, yes. But America itself owes $30 trillion. I don't know to who, but I'm sure China is part of the people.
Of course, they all China. They don't want to say it.
Yeah. So inakuonyesha kuishi na deni si kitu mbaya, because
it's
kila mtu anataka.
See, America works on credit. It's just this, it depends on credit. But so unaangalia hiyo, did you know in America Walmart GDP ya Walmart tuseme is 6.661 USD. Billion USD.
Yeah.
It's not even, it's more than even the Kenyan economy.
Yeah. Si hata Apple ilipita trillion.
No, Apple iko 2.7 trillion. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine with 2 million employees, you know, and our direct employees. Kuna watu ambao wana depend on Walmart like indirectly and all that. You see, and the system works out very well. You know, it's just funny, you know.
But pia tukiangalia Apple, we also have to look at it this way, and even China itself, like these countries. Right now, I'm holding an Apple product,
right?
Shooting with an Apple product. But this one most probably was assembled in China. That other one was assembled in China. So you see all these things. So America is making money, China is making money. Sisi bado tuna, I don't know, Africa, I don't know what's going to happen with Africa. Because do you know, like, if you are seated somewhere watching a TV or watching what, you're always going to see something that's from America, another thing that's from China. Another thing that's from maybe Korea, another thing like Japan. Sisi Africa tuko tu, I don't know, ile like una hope tuko na maybe kahawa huko, like hey, that comes from Africa, natural resources.
Yeah, the thing is I had to look that thing from a very different perspective as well, like very many perspectives.
Yeah.
Number one, again, everything that works in this world very well is marketing, how you package yourself. I keep insisting this so many times, I don't know why, but marketing is very important. You know, USA, man, they are monsters with marketing. I wonder when you market even Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even the game. The events which are involving around Super Bowl. Do we even have such a thing in Kenya? Do we? But you can do it, right?
Yeah.
It's doable. We have the people, we have the resources, we have the talent. But do we do it? We do not do it. Because we are not ready to do it, because people don't have the intent that they can do it. The people who have the expertise to do it, they'll never see the light of the day to see that. At the end of the day, we're going to suffer. Kuna clip ngine nilionanga wanaonyesha China na Kenya. China na Africa. What happens in China, very small kids, young kids are making phones and fixing phones and doing anything in IT. huku watu wanaruka kanisa
watu
na
wanaruka
hiyo kanisa
kanisani.
ambayo unaruka ndani ujui ilitoka wapi ni
Yeah,
mzungu
yeah.
alikuletea hapa like about 200 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean like okay before 200 years ago what exactly was happening before
No,
that?
it's not even 200, it's barely 150.
It's barely
Just
150.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
I
sad.
mean,
Alafu
it's so sad.
cause musemaga like poison I understand poison yourself, yeah? Ile like ati uko hapo umechukua religion and you've taken religion as the only way. Science is a lie. I understand you're an adult, you are allowed to think like that, but a kid, like making a kid believe that for them to succeed they'll need to pray and put prayer before everything else, it's a very dangerous way of thinking. Alafu ile time unaangalia like tuko na deni ya China. Kuna time I think I made that challenge hapa kwa sababu like, Ruto anafaa kuinvite all these preachers who can perform miracles. Invite them for a closed door meeting, closed door prayer. Seme, we're just about to meet the Chinese and I want you to pray and I want you to fast.
The intercessors.
Yes. The 100 intercessors.
Yeah.
After pray, China ought to forgive debt. Then see what if China was to forgive Kenya's debt today because of prayer, I'd become like the number one. I'll become a prayer warrior.
I think religion is associated with poverty.
Yeah.
You know that? Because the way people you see the people who are preaching to you, not preaching to people, man, it's just, I don't know what they call it, a calling. I don't know what it's a calling. I mean, it's just so funny because for the longest time I was like, why could I be so stupid to the point whereby I didn't know a lot of these things? Because some things that you can see them with your clear eyes, like, you know, this is stupid, but still you get yourself, your head stuck in the mud because you didn't have another way out. But once you open your eyes and see how the world is moving, man, just get out. You would never even have time to negotiate for something that you don't have evidence or proof towards. That has to be associated with the religion anyway. But it's something that which is scientifically, like, you know, like mvua itanyesha jioni, right? Is a scientific proven, right? Kuna meteorological department just gone through, they've done some research, this is what exactly happens. The clouds, nini, kutakuwa na conventional rain, relief rain, you know, those kind of things. Unajua to fix a phone yako ikibreak, are you going to pray you have to fix your phone? I mean, like, honestly, you can't do this kind of things. But how we've been brainwashed by these people. You see, like the British system, that our British, when they came here for colonization, neocolonialism, wakatuletea Biblia, and then what they do, wakana na vitu zetu. Wow, kwa walisha abolish religion long time ago in their curriculum.
I think it's a quote. I don't know how true this quote is, but watu samani ya Jomo Kenyatta quote at when the white man alikuja akatupatia Bible akatuambia tufunge macho, tukifungua macho tulikuwa na Bible, yeye alikuwa na land. I don't know how true that is, but of course if
it sounds evidential, you know. It's I mean,
alafu pia ukisikia like a Jomo Kenyatta quote about land, you know, you have to believe it, unajua. But kitu funny na hii story ni I think nilicheka sana cause wife alikuwa ananipatia story ingine juu ya sister yake. So her sister met this friend of hers in town, I think. And they wakaanza kuka chap. Then the friend was like, hey, I'm just about to go for prayers and I'd want you to join me because there's this woman who just performs miracles. Alafu sister wife anamwambia zini kwa na haraka asiwezi kienda naye, like niko aka insist, oh please enda usidharau nini. So she was like, because I don't want to offend my friend, I've not met her in a long time, let's go. Then they went and she looks at the preacher and she's like, I know this woman. So apparently like a woman who started the church used to be a con woman. Hizo masaids are wronga, and they all knew her as a con woman. But I think because when you are just an outright con woman, watu watakupiga. Najua ile like wewe ni mwizi, sisi tutakupiga. Alafu wa Kenya vile wanakuaga.
Mob justice.
So kaona what's the easiest way kukonwa say bila any risk of kupigwa? Fungua kanisa. So now she's now conning them bila without any threat of kuchapwa. Hati kwa hapo na perform miracle. So ati yalingia pale na waangalia na shinda. Sasa udem. But unajua huwezi blame mtu, like if you can make easy money, make easy money.
Man, I think the only thing which can take us to dungeons and this country to sink is this religion thing, man. It's just a mess. Not even Kenya. Africa as a whole.
Yeah, Africa. See what it
The
nini. But
brainwashing that people have gone through, and that people believe. You see, like this Shakahola thing, man. People are dead. Like, how much do you need as proof for you to understand like things are not working right? How much do you need, honestly? So, the Shakahola thing, man. It could be a testimony, like things are.
Miliacha count. I think the last time niliacha count ilikuwa over 300 dead.
And that guy is just in prison. He's saying like he's hungry.
Kitawaramba.
Kitawaramba. See, you know Kitawaramba. That's where the phrase came from.
Yeah. Alisema Kitawaramba. Lakini ni wacha tusiende religion tawaki tumesikia wasi. Wacha tuende kwa story nyingine pia imehappen hapa Kenya. Ilikuwa ni story na kuna dem fulani inaitwa Faith Rispa. So she decided to do this TikTok video. And on the TikTok video she was talking about how when she was not married, she used to when she was not married, she used to try and trap men by trying to get pregnant. So anasema nilikuwa nalala na wanaume wengi, najaribu kushika mimba lakini sikuwa nashika mimba, but as soon as I got married nikashika mimba, nikapigia sister yangu nikamwambia niko na ball, hata sister yangu hakuamini. And I was there thinking like husband wa udem yuko pale kwa hawa nasikia hii testimony. Hapo nikafikiria najua mimi 100% fully African, wewe unajua uko States na manisha maybe kiasi uko woke.
No.
So as a woke dude unaionaje story?
You know, first of all, why do you kiss and tell? Who cares? But first of all, usiwe mke wangu manake that's so much disrespect to the husband because you've done all your dirty work or your dirty life that you've had. Why do you come and tell us? Who's your audience? Who do you want to validate what you're saying? For what reason?
Wanaume si hata mwanaume.
You know, I mean, just
sana fikia tu list, because for you to say that it was not working, you must have sampled a lot. Haizi kuwa one person, because if it's one person itakuwa one person ni unajua like,
you know, I mean there is something that it's just so funny. Maybe in men, I don't know whether a woman can speak for a man, right? You know, men can still keep chasing, and they don't. This is something that I know. Men will still chase if they want to chase, right? But don't compare yourself with men, because the whole thing is done inside you. It's the world is unfair, right? You might think like now you're pregnant, right? And then 5-10 years down the line, your child is gonna be born, right? And internet never forgets.
Or your kid will be much more grown.
Yes, your kid will be much more grown. Stuff that you say today, maybe tomorrow, you will look at them and you'll be like, oh my God, did I just say such a thing? And you affect the child who's very innocent life like that by just you saying stupid things that you didn't have to do. I mean, like, again, you know, this social media thing is really making people come up with things.
Too many confessions.
Yes. Why are you confessing those kind of things? We don't want to know. Who's your audience? You know, what do you want to prove?
Alikuwa nabonga juu nyota ya mtoto. Kumekuwa na hiyo ujinga ya nyota ya mtoto.
What is that?
So I think ilianza na huyu Ezekiel, the pastor Ezekiel. So pastor Ezekiel alikuwa anasema Diamond goes around akipatia madem ball ndiye achukue nyota kutoka kwa watoto hao nini. So that's what makes him a superstar, because grab nyota from all the baby mamas and their kids. So he was saying that. Alafu so historia nyota ikaanza. So ude manaitwa Rispa alikuwa anasema sasa nyota ya mtoto ilikuwa imemkataa, which is the most bullcrap thing nishaisikia, because as soon as umepanua miguu yani nyota ya mtoto iko hapo. Nyota ya mtoto inaitangwa kende si kende. You don't need
I don't know these nonsense when people believe in it, like why would you even want to imagine those kind of things? And again, this life is just, you have to be smart, hard work on and all that. If you don't have those concepts in your life, you cannot make it simple. So zingine kuna watu kuwa na luck, you know, like maybe kama win pesa kama ya sports pesa, like that would be 19 million, right? Hiyo ni nyota, hiyo tuseme ni nyota ama ni luck, right? Because luck iko. Lakini sasa ukikaa chini hadi sasa unaanza kuona ati uende you just see someone's efforts, uone kama ili Kipchoge sasa venye anakimbia hivyo uende kungangana na yeye so that you find a way to have you laid so that you can get nyota yake. Utapata mtu mwingine hapo mwenye amefura miguu hata hawezi kimbia kwa nyumba. Akona elephant tires, ndio ngani ile kitu. You know, I mean,
understand.
Yeah.
Awezi
Even scientifically, I'm not a scientist, but I would want to give this simple concept that we know, like yani ni maajabu hata unaweza pata kitu kwanza hata kujichanganya na all those men. Why would you want to do that? And come to tell. The same thing nani alikuwa amefanya ule mwenye nani mwenye alikuwa case 100 huyu mwenye alikuwa na Kamene Goro. You know? She was so beautiful and everything. She's so beautiful, right?
Yeah.
But guess what happens after what she said? You know, your mouth can easily just mess you up for a reason.
Yeah, well, people start looking at
she's a nice person. She's the only person who can tell her own story, but she told her own story. Right, so, I mean, it takes you down.
Nakumbukanani tulikuwa kuna best yetu fulani anaitwa George Kamau. So George Kamau is a golfer like you. I think the two of you at some point mnafaa kupatana. So George Kamau ni rafiki yetu fulani. Alikuwa ametupeleka Limuru golf club
yeah.
Alafu ni country club. So nakumbuka tukiwa naye kwa gari kuna there's something very interesting alisema ile find interesting. I've never looked at it that way, but now I've looked at it that way, but I've never said it in his words. Alisema like you can meet a girl who's a 9/10, sindio? But as soon as she opens her mouth and you hear her body count, anatoka from 9 to 3. So she's still super beautiful,
right?
But you are zile za I don't want you around because I can't trust you. Nacheki imenikumbusha like another joke ile ya Kibe. I always give people this joke. This is one of the funniest Kibe jokes nishaisikia. Alikuwa anasema that unaweza kuwa na demo wako iko na dick trauma. At so like in the middle of the night because she'd seen so many dudes that you have. I found that joke to be super funny. So it's the same thing like just keep your secret. Like our grandmas used to keep those secrets.
They kind of become hypnotized. Yeah. Like now you are digmatized ukona issues like all the time that where you go unakuwa you well to be lit, you're flammable, you know, you are highly flammable. So unakuwa ni safety hazard everywhere that you go. You know, by the hey man najua mazi ukaanza kupatiwa mabody count hapa au mambo you don't have to drop that kind of nonsense.
Cuz alafu unajua kitu moja mademu jidanganya wasikia kademu akisema ati our mothers never told the truth. Let's tell our
way
truth.
Don't lie.
Mimi ushasikia
sex was never available like that.
Yes. Nime ushinda watu kwa hii podcast like
no, not even our mothers, ourselves,
our fathers.
No tujianzie sisi. How accessible was sex? How was it? It wasn't accessible like that.
Nakwambia still wata ni kuinterrupt kidogo. Angalia budako budako ndiye akatie mtu they had to be at the same place at the same time.
At the same time, right.
Wewe saizi ungekuwa mhuni ungekuwa nakatia dem ukiwa States, by the time unafika Kenya asha marinate. Unajua you can do that. So sisi when social media came in, because when Facebook came in, Facebook just opened up the world. And even maybe Facebook
made everything available,
opened up the ties for CC like. So mimi kusemaga siwezi kaa chini hata na buda angekuwa live singekaa chini na yeye tubongejua madem because I'm 100% sure niko more experience kushinda budangu, unajua. So madem wako more experienced even than their grandmas. But the difference is your grandma stayed married cause kuna vile like when your granddad alikuwa anamwangalia hakuwa na feel threatened. But sasa saizi a man will feel threatened. Unasikia tu wife wako yuko kwa online anasema nilikuwa napatia wanaume, unashindwa wanaume wangapi mpaka unaweza kaa chini ulitry kutrap watu wangapi, usikeni try kutrap watu 20 na kuna wale huku try kutrap, unajua. Question like cause even for a dude kufikisha body count ya 20 for a man, so unajua how much effort it takes.
Not even effort, how much money that you have to put down, man. You're gonna drown. It's so much. First is lakini tu kama wangechano hii energy mazee wanaume tunakuwa nayo ukatia madem into into some science laboratory. Unaweza tengeneza some serious things in life. But anyway, the way sex was available is available right now is not the way it was
back
before.
In the days.
Because right now kuna mtu anaweza kuambia why should I get married, honestly? When I know I can go get someone for sex and pay and move on with life.
It's not even pay. Sikuna wale wanasema
kuna wenye
kama ule demo Maverick Awoko was saying anapatia nanga for free to punishment, so she ayana smash and pass, so atakupunish na kukupatia
Yeah. So
how's that a punishment?
no.
Ushasikia kuna dude iko bali dem alinipatia alafu
That doesn't work.
Yeah,
It's
it doesn't work with men.
I mean, like you know, there's something that people need to know. I mean, like it's just so funny. A man will still chase.
Yeah.
Because and a man only stops once. All that he gets when kuna something nilikuwa nimesoma somewhere. Ilikuwa ni social media thing is very mtu anasemaje, when you say like a man settle, he didn't settle. He got that, he's going for the next one. Because whatever that he got is because it was accessible.
Yeah.
But he's still chasing for what he wants. He hasn't gotten it. He'll still go looking for it.
Yeah.
Whatever that he has, he has already, the one that he's already got is because it was accessible. It was available at that time.
Yeah.
But he still keep looking.
Yeah. Till eventually we settle.
Eventually you get to a point whereby you are like, man, I don't care, nimechoka.
But we try kumajina umesettle uko sawa, alafu unaona mtu ana confess vitu kaa hizo. How are you supposed to be? Like
man,
feel yeah?
Hey, for instance, my wife came today and just told me like, you know what, I did a lot of nonsense, but now today I just chose when I just came. But first of all, at the full stop, get out.
Kuna kuagana hapo understanding ukiambia like because your past means something. I want to feel like I'm special. I want to feel like
man, I mean like
ukifanya ni feel like I was just one of this long list of dudes.
But then, no offense, man, I have to give so much respect to that guy, the husband to Kamenagora. Man, he took that was a shocker. When that lady was asking was interviewing her and she asked like what about your body count, and that guy was there.
Okay.
Man, that was a low blow.
Yeah,
I was I don't think I will be tolerant that much.
Yeah,
so much respect that dude, man.
I respect
that's the level of tolerance.
But I also didn't feel good about the question. I was like,
it was unnecessary. And when people have settled down, and as someone this the same thing we were talking about.
After the dude was there, usiulize kai hapo.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah. Hapo unaweza pigwa ngumi.
Au ukipigwa hapo sasa itakuwa nini? Hata mkienda kotini mnaenda kusemana na nini?
Yeah.
It's a crime of passion.
Because mtu akishakuwa wife wa mtu unampatia heshima yake.
Mpatie heshima yake.
Na pia mabibi wajipatie heshima, wasiende online. Hii story haja ya kuenda online tunashindwa nayo, alafu utasema si tuko fragile. Na msemaga like I think kuna pale nishaisikia testosterone at its purest form has a certain level of jealousy and aggression. Najua, and that jealousy and aggression haitaki demi yako go online apatiane story vile alikuwa na shika tuakmaki ende sijui kutoka hapa mpaka wapi. So but wako married, maybe they are happy. Wacha tutoke hapo, wacha tuende kwa story ingine, still tukistick na hii story. Do you know that there is a man who was caught, na iko in court, that is for groping a policewoman during a raid in a Busa den.
What is Busa den?
Si Busa
den.
Inaitanga I wanna give, I think ni kitu nafaa kwambia Rapture create like if you're drinking liquor you're in a bar, but changa inakuwa dead. It's a den. Ni place ya changa.
Busa. Ushakunywa Busa?
Mimi sijai drink. Nimekuwa mtu mpenda Yesu Kristo kwanzia. Haya, I've never drunk.
You never drank in your life?
Yes, sijai tumia any drugs. Najua watu hushtukaga sana nikisema hivyo.
Hey man.
Never used any drugs, never drunk. I've never been high in my life in any format. Sijai get that extra serotonin ama dopamine levels. I've never gotten them. I've always been sober.
I think alcohol doesn't excite me, but I drink, yes, but it doesn't excite me. It doesn't give me like, I miss drink now. I need to go somewhere and have a drink or something like that. No, it does not. But now, so the gentleman now grabbed.
Yeah, in a Busa den.
Alimgrab
like a lion chamber. Mimi ni simba. Tuko hapa kwa den.
Alimgrab wapi?
I don't know. But si alimdara tu.
And a police officer alifanya kwa Busa to arrest them.
Maybe, mama nini, maybe the conversation was the policeman alikuja, nataka kukushika. Pia mimi nataka kukushika.
So wakashikana. Ushikwapo?
Shikamana.
So but and again that's you know those dens is Busa. I've been there. I know how they look like. And especially like being in the village at times wakati naendaga home Kisii times. You know, people that you've known, people that you've grown with at times, you see them go those kind of dens. It's the most ugliest place that you can want to imagine yourself to be in. And I think Busa is was a drink that which was meant to like for celebration, whatever. It's our local drink.
Yeah, because busa is better than changa, sindio?
Yeah, all the way.
Because
all the way butter.
Busa inatengenezwa from mahindi, sindio?
Mahindi, juimbi or something like that.
So ingekuwa states ingekuwa 100% corn liquor. 100% organic.
Yeah.
Usha notice pia I think ile kitu ulisema juu ya advertising. I think Africa pia juu tunadharau vitu zetu, because I think if busa is 100% organic, we should treat it as 100% organic.
You know, by the way, we hate ourselves so much. And I keep telling you this, the way we package ourselves, the way we market ourselves, the stories that we tell about ourselves really means a lot to ourselves. Even those people out there, outside the country, they know we don't like ourselves. You see, busa is something that which is made by us, right? Why can't we make it legal so that, because it doesn't even affect people in any way? It does, the alcohol percentage, man, this is our own substance. It should be packaged vizuri. Wazungu hufanyaga vitu zingine za kishenzi. They package things mpaka kupackage mpaka nini, mpaka mbao, wood, mbao, they package it, they sell it in the packages. It's palletized. I guess this is what we do. We just rusha it like that. They just divide things, they package things, put things in order, create employment. Kuni nafaa kuuzwa in a different way. That's money. Create employment and all that. Like tukianza conversation tunaweza ongea hadi kesho, man.
Yeah. But nini nimecheka sana, like I've never thought about the fact that we really disrespect changa and busa. Those ones are sold in dens. Then we have bars, we have lounges.
Then you bring Heineken, you bring all these these beers, Terramana from outside the world. But our own, unapata haiwezi kunywa hata task yenye imetengenezwa hapa na EABL, right? Wanasema but I mean something that I do as well, but I don't make the policy. I'm not in the space of policy making, right? But if I'm invited to the table to make those policies, I mean, me personally, I would want to suggest such a thing, because why do we hate ourselves, our own made substances? Unasikia mtu alikimbia kwenda kumwaga busa ya mtu. Why didn't we have people to give civil education to, like, okay, because this is someone who has just studied chemistry from nowhere. To that's fermentation and all those kind of processes, right? To the point whereby is able to manufacture this product in busa. Why are we not embracing our technology?
Because mi nezataka hivyo. I'd want maybe kuena vile Kenya Bureau of Standards, they go and test out the busa. Is it 100% organic?
It's good for consumption.
And if it's 100% organic, changa tumalize, because changa inakuwaga anything. Changa ndio rushwa mangodha. So changa waga it's nasty.
Yes, like, nasty.
Changa is nasty.
Right.
Arushaga ngodha, anarushaga like it's anything, anarusha jet fuel hapo ndani. That's how people lose their eyes and what. But I feel like busa tunafaa treat in a certain nini.
It should be packaged properly.
Yeah. It should be marketed. Alafu ile nimesema iuzwe as 100% corn liquor. Busa. The best drink from Africa. Alafu unajua sasa hiyo mnaipata huko. Msajipata nyinyi wenyewe mkiwa unajipata huko nini? Kansas.
Unapata na sasa hivi tuna celebrate unasikia Tennessee whiskey. Wale watu they've made you. Mbona jipata mtu hapa by the we are so poor in our packaging ourselves, in marketing ourselves, telling the stories about ourselves. All that we know how to do is to get money from our taxpayers and go spend it elsewhere. No, those people, they don't even recognize you. You know that, right? Kama ile previous government, kuna hii story inakuwa funny sana by the kuna MP fulani alishikwa. Was it in New York? I think it was a member of parliament alishikwa in New York.
Wa Kenya.
So alikuwa apparently na dem fulani alikuwa namkatia dem fulani mzungu. And then I don't know, hizi vitu zingine unafaa kuambia watu mademu kwa podcast yako. What you need to tell girls when you go outside country is such a
no means no. Huko kunaga, there's no gray area.
No gray areas, right? So they had a conversation and nini. So this guy thought like you should plug akaanza kumbragia, mwambie hey, you know, I have ABCD. Akamwambia I have a plot in Kenya. Unaelewa? Yeah. You know, I can arrange for you, you know. Alafu na accent yote na nini. So this lady was listening very carefully. She started getting scared about the whole thing. And she was like, they had a very good arrangement, you see, up until where the story changed. Wakati yule mali askari come. Guess what alikuwa anasema? Alikuwa na plot. Alikuwa kumpatia plot. So to her, si plot shamba. It was a plot to kill her. So the whole thing changed.
Okay, cause mi najua mbeleni nilikuwa nafikiria maybe kunataka kuniambia maybe alimgrop kama huyo
No.
itakuwa ni ilikuwa
In the
dem ali-
accent.
accent na
It
the way we
changed
use
the whole
words.
thing, the way we use our own words,
Yeah.
and the things that you go telling people.
Mm.
Those people don't want to know what you have.
Yeah, have a
You know,
plot of land.
they
Yeah.
have what they want. So at the end of the day, it's an ugly exchange. By the time someone comes to interpret what this guy was saying, you know,
So nini limwokoa nyinyi ndo mlitwa?
yeah, some dude went there and akaulizwa what exactly happened, na nini, akaeleza the story how it was, you know. But you know the shame that comes around with that.
Yeah,
Before even ukue uncarved kutoka kwa hiyo situation, you know, you've just said some things. This person is already scared and is a woman.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Kusata nini vile you asked me what part this dude had groped and
Yes.
he looks like a kachanga dude kabisa. Anaitwa Eric Kibagendi. Eric Kibagendi ni jina yenyu ya?
Kwenda huko bwana. Ni
Yeah,
Ajaluo.
okay.
Hataki.
Alafu during a raid on an illegal liquor den in Makongeni, Nairobi. Ilikuwa Makongeni. Alafu alifondol zile vitu mbili zile.
Oh.
Kifua.
Wow. That was raw, you know.
Yeah.
Again, you know, the kind of spaces that we find ourselves in, and more especially our law enforcement officers, at times the things that we don't talk about, they really do a good job at times. Some of them are crooked.
Yeah.
And most of them are doing a good job. But do we have a way that they have the law that protects them and the risk that is involved in our law enforcement officers? You know, those are things we need to be looking at. Before they start jumping into these dens, going to grab these people without even...
But unajua nini, alika den, I'm thinking this is the worst that can happen. I don't expect any worse thing than kudarwa kidogo.
But you know, that's sexual assault.
Yeah, najua.
You know?
But hiyo ni better than zile zenyu jo inaweza turn into exchange ya moto.
Yeah, and again, you know, I'm glad that I come from this country. There are things which are negotiable, that you even can be arraigned in court for such a thing, and you can even defend yourself because your mind was impaired.
Yeah,
you know?
It was released on a 50 whatever nini.
Yeah,
because
I thought I saw my wife.
Yeah.
You know, like I saw a beautiful woman coming in front of me, and once I'm drunk, my mind is I get turned on. So I mean, you can come up with anything.
Because mimi najitetea even more than
because like based on that case, for instance, atakuwa ameshtakiwa na kesi gani?
Sio ni I think ni has been charged with committing an indecent act with an adult.
It's because this person is intoxicated.
Yeah.
Right? So which decent act will come out of an intoxicated human being?
Yeah. Hapo
if hata ukipata judge mwenye hata ako sober in his mind will tell you this person was already impaired. He or she had an impaired judgment for what that he was doing. So not unless you find another case that because police can easily plant things on you. I mean, and again, our judicial systems are just kind of messed up. But such a case is going to do... I don't support women violence.
Of course.
This kind of a situation, it can happen, and it's going to be...
Because changa dens are dark.
Yes.
Changa dens, that's why it's called a den. It's
and
dark.
who had the evidence of grabbing her?
I'm sure it's niko sure ukarao maybe alikuwa na karao wengine. They never go solo hapo.
Okay, they never go solo. If you're going to do you have walikuwa na ama is my word against your word?
Yeah.
First of all, when such a drunk person is seeing a police officer, what's going to happen? They take off, right? At what point did this person stop to have... Maybe what if it was a scuffle? Or an altercation which ended up somewhere, people trying to have like a fight off, you know, trying to run away, trying to defend himself or whatever. Because police officers in Kenya, you know how they behave.
Yeah.
You see? So, I mean, it could be just looked at from all this, the litigation that can easily come out of it is going to be so different.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. But as I was saying, Pia, you can...
It depends the country that you did that, you know?
Because me I thought me and my wife were role playing.
Yeah, because I was impaired.
Yeah. Nilikuwa naambia kuje uniform. When I saw the police uniform, nikafikiria ni hata nikamuita Linda Okello.
Who is Linda Okello?
You don't remember Linda Okello? Linda Okello was that girl. She alikuwa karao hapa Kenya. Alafu kuna time tu picha yake ili trend. Alikuwa skirt fulani. Kumemshika tako si tako. Siku hizo iko US. even she won a case alishinda kesi hapa Kenya I think was it nini win a case against I think it was a newspaper
ilikuwa kuhusu hiyo walipiga picha
let me see. She won a case.
She had a lawsuit?
Yes, she'd sued someone. So ex-cop Linda Okello awarded 6.5 million shillings in libel case of a viral photo. She sued the media house, the Standard Media Group, the Nairobian specifically. Because wali publish a side photo of the policewoman on duty in a tight skirt. So it was that. You remember that photo?
That's sexual violence. That's sexual harassment. I would just call that.
Yeah.
But again, at what point are you, for you to be sexually harassed as a law enforcement officer, what kind of exposure did you get yourself into? Things have to be looked at from different directions. Do not expose things to the public, and when people give those reactions,
unamwona kutako si tako hiyo ndio iletaga shida. So saizi kwa Masaiza States and I think she's doing really well huko, so good for her of course. So
she got some 6.5 million
plus you gonna that's like $50,000 to spend.
Linda bana situpatie pesa tugawanyane. Najua mali ya kuspend.
Iko States tafuteni mwambieni ajoin the Diaspora Youth Caucus.
Karibu kwa Diaspora Youth Caucus tukuonyeshe mambo
Okay, so Buddha imekuwa ni episode 211 isa John nimekukipapa mpaka late night. Kama tunashindwa kwa niona na tu mosquito tukipita hivi ni
wadudu.
Tuko nafaa kwa tunashoot show during the day but hatukuweza kushoot, but Mr. Mobek akakuwa anajua gracious enough kukubali kukuja hii time kushoot. So Buddha, asante sana.
Thank you man for having me. I really appreciate the time.
Unahepa States one?
Yes, Sato I guess.
Sato.
Yeah.
Okay, Sato.
Nimaliza function ya letter. Nangoja watu wanipatie check bwana. Check maguon.
Okay. Yaani kuna check hapa na hata huwezi nitia kazi jo. Mimi jo Buddha.
Boss.
Nitie kazi jo. Ama
wakatupatie bwana Elvis bwana harakisha hiyo check.
Alafu najua mushina nikienjoy wase vile ulinibebega 34 kilograms. 34 kilograms of speakers.
You owe me that.
So I think I need could fanya like whatever one day nionyesha wase the speakers that I mean, because I don't know if I still have the video. Remember the video of your niece? I loved that video, and she was like, she looked at the huge speaker then
she was like surprised.
I love kitu nilimama ni like a very strong American accent is I need to open this and I need kuna kitu alisema I was like
I need to play this, can you play them?
ilikuwa nini sana, but this was zimechange my listening experience. So asante sana for that. So
no worries man. But again, man, support Kenyan artistry, please. That's why I keep telling people. Just support Kenyan artistry. Stop hating.
If
you feel like you are hating, just find a space for hating. To create by their space your hatred. Whereby you feel like you want to hate, just come into that space.
It's a safe space.
A safe space where you can hate. Just love.
Hating is a full-time job, Naja.
Kenya has a lot, man. It's just so potential. So vile nikuwa nasema like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend, tukimalizia 211 tukisema Iko Nini.